7 ways to get long-term clients. Do you have any long-term clients? Heidi's longest? 8 years. For me, it's been 6. I work with them every so often, but Heidi's client, well, she's got monthly sessions and they're self-directed. Oh, that's the dream, right? Long-term clients are the key for a sustainable career. It allows consistency in an industry that comes with so many ups and downs. In this video, we're going to drop some realistic ways to acquire those long-term clients. First, let's define what I mean by long-term client. A long-term client is a client who consistently uses you with or without, mostly without, needing to audition you. Between Heidi and I, we've had consistent long-term clients who send scripts every month, every quarter, or even every couple of years. Every once in a while, they'll have me or both of us do a custom audition, but for the most part, it's a job that pops up in my or my agent's inbox, or Heidi's. So here are 7 ways to lay the foundation to getting those long-term clients. Number 1. Be excellent the first time. The first time a client books you is your time to shine. Be easy to work with, enjoyable to collaborate with, show up on time, be prepared, be pleasant, etc. Simple professionalism can go a long way. Number 2, make the client's job easy. Trust is the key ingredient for a client to send you undirected bookings, knowing you'll deliver what they need in a prompt, dependable manner. Here are a few actionable things to make the client's job easy. Label and separate files correctly if recording on your end. I'll often ask the client, is there a particular way you'd like me to label the file? Would you prefer me to verbally slate the takes or separate the takes and scripts into different files? Do you prefer AIF, WAV? Questions like that can go a long way to building trust with a client. Deliver files promptly after the session. If no editing is involved, then send them right away. If you have to edit or listen through to clean up anything, give them a time frame. Something to the effect of, I'll have these cleaned up and sent within an hour if that works for you. Something like that can go a long way. Typically, I try and do it within a half hour though. Another tip, be ready to go 10 minutes prior to the session. Make sure Source Connect or any other connection that you're going to be using is ready to go. Software, hardware, all hardwired connections are working well. That could also double as a mental health tip too, just knowing that things are in order. Another tip, be clear on what they expect from the delivered files. Do they want raw files? Do they want fully edited? No breaths, mouth noise eliminated? Or is that going to be done on their end? Making it easy on the editor or engineer goes a long way. Another quick tip, listen well. This is the best way to get an understanding of what the client is wanting. I know this sounds so basic, but I can't tell you how many times that I've actually worked with talent when we were in studio together or now by Zoom, where they've talked over clients. They jump in before they've heard all the directions. They say, yeah, I got it. Joke, or they talk too much. It's just not polite and it's not professional. Some of that just does not come across very well to the client. So what do? You set your ego to the side. You don't have to be the star. It's okay to be personable, but remember the client is the star. You're there to do a job. Be a delight to work with and wow them with your professionalism. And I'm not immune to it. I learned this a long time ago, and it was humbling, to say the least. I was a nighttime DJ, major market radio station. I thought I was big time now. We were at a remote event where the client was actually there. We were sitting in the booth. I was there with the account rep who had the client they had to take care of. We were about to order and eat lunch, and they only had enough food for either the talent or the client. And I thought, well, being the talent, obviously, it's going to me and the other talent. Nope. Not at all. The account rep set me straight and said, no, the client comes first. And it was that, of course, the client is always the star. I learned a lot that day. And thankfully, I continue to remember that lesson. Number 3, be available. If your agent or client emails you, get back to them as soon as possible. If that means setting an alert on your phone or email system, do it. This is one of the easiest ways to be a great talent. Simply be communicative. I don't know how many times I've heard from agents and clients that talent lost a job simply because they weren't responsive. This is just a basic thing. Often with long-term clients, they come to you or your agent because they need a project recorded fast. They don't have time to go through the normal casting process, and they know that you could deliver well and promptly. Now, this doesn't mean if you work a full-time day job that there's no hope. No, if a client or agent emails asking you to record something, most of the time, if you're quick to reply and give them an estimated time of delivery, that will usually work. They just need to know that you're on it. Number 4, follow up. After a booked session, follow up with whoever you worked with. Now, you may not have their email, but at least connect with them on LinkedIn. Connect, message them, and let them know that you enjoyed working with them on the project that you just did. Add in the specific project and script to your message, so if they forget your name, it's in writing. Also, you can go back and see, oh, I worked with them on this at such and such a date. Helps you out too. So say maybe 6 months down the road, a script comes through and they think, oh, that person that did the public spots would be perfect for that. Who was that again? Boom, they can type you in, and there you are. Side note, honor your agents and managers. If a client books me for a job through an agent, then reaches out to me personally, I make sure that it goes through my agent or manager again. My follow-up with clients is to help me and my agents. A long-term client who asks for a direct booking is also helpful for agents and managers too. Number 5, be easy to find. Heidi recently had a client email her through her website who hadn't worked with her for a decade. Since it had been a while, she didn't have the client on her usual marketing list, but they were able to easily find her and contact her with only knowing her name because her website pulls up first in the search engines when you type in Heidi Rue. There have been producers and clients we've talked to who said that they wanted to book a talent for a job, but they couldn't find out how to contact them. So this is why you need to make things easy for clients. Because we're in front of ourselves every day and know where to find us, clients don't always have us as top of mind. So even though it's easy and we can wonder, why can't they just find us? We need to make it easy for them. Even if they booked you through your agent, they may not remember the agent, but remember your name. So be easy to find. Okay, had to change. Number 6, be personable, not just professional. First off, what does being professional mean? Just what we mentioned before. Be on time, come prepared, follow directions, maintain a positive attitude, stuff like that. But we also need to be personable. Being personable and not just professional makes you memorable. In a booked session, taking an opportunity, if it presents itself, to find out something about the client or engineer helps create a foundation of relationship. Heidi and I always keep notes about what we talk about in every session. An example would be Heidi talking to one of her clients about his kid starting t-ball the next week, and then she circled back in a couple weeks to say, hey, how did it go? It can be as simple as that. Things like this help break down the barrier of a screen and allow space for a relationship. For both of us, we like to connect with our clients on LinkedIn as well. And I don't want to toot my own horn too much, but I've kind of become a sleuth at tracking down clients I work with when only their first name is given. Maybe I should have been a PI. That's why it's important to pay attention to the conversations that are happening within those sessions. Number 7, be grateful. A simple acknowledgement that you're grateful to work with them and on the project. Ego is one of the greatest killers of collaboration. A great collaborator equals someone you want to work with long term. Did those 7 tips make sense? If you've got some more, make sure you put them in the comments because we'd love to hear them. If you got something out of this video and found it valuable, please give it a like, subscribe if you haven't, and send it on to another voiceover talent you know who needs it. I appreciate you watching. And here's to getting some great long-term clients. Cheers to your voiceover success.